Emma lived in a small, quiet town where nights were louder than days. During the day, the town felt empty and slow, but at night, the sky came alive. Stars filled the darkness like thousands of watching eyes. People said it was just a normal sky, but Emma knew that was not true. The sky spoke. Most people were simply too busy or too blind to listen. Emma worked at a small observatory on the edge of the desert. She was not a scientist. She did not discover planets or name stars. She cleaned floors, polished lenses, and carried heavy boxes of equipment. Still, the scientists trusted her. She was careful, gentle, and she treated the telescopes like living things. When everyone went home, Emma often stayed behind. She would sit alone under the open roof of the observatory and stare upward. Sometimes she felt happy. Sometimes she felt small. But always she felt connected. Her parents used to say, "Emma, you look at the sky like it belongs to you." Emma never answered. She didn't know how to explain that sometimes, when she looked at the stars, they felt closer than people. One night, everything changed. The observatory was empty. The wind moved softly across the sand. Emma was about to lock the main door when the stars suddenly flickered. Not like clouds passing. Not like normal blinking. This was sharp. Uneven. Wrong. Emma froze. Then the sky cracked with light that a deep sound rolled across the desert, followed by a violent shake. Emma fell to her knees as blue fire tore through the night and crashed far beyond the hills. The ground trembled. The stars went silent. Emma's heart pounded. Her mind screamed at her to run, to call for help, to hide. But her feet moved in the opposite direction. She grabbed a flashlight and walked into the desert. The closer she came, the hotter the air felt. Smoke rose into the sky. Blue light pulsed like a wounded heart. Half buried in the sand was something that did not belong to Earth. A broken, metallic structure shaped like no machine Emma had ever seen. And beside it lay a figure. At first, Emma thought he was human. Then she saw the glow beneath his skin. He was tall, with sharp but peaceful features. Strange symbols were burned faintly across his arms. His clothes looked smooth and alive, shifting gently like liquid metal. His chest rose and fell slowly. He was alive. Emma knelt beside him. "Hey, can you hear me?" His lips moved. A weak sound escaped. Light lost. Emma lifted the flashlight toward his face and gasped. His eyes were completely white. No pupils. No reflection. He was blind. Fear hit her all at once. This was not normal. This was not safe. But something stronger pushed back the fear. Compassion. With great effort, Emma helped him into a small storage room beneath the observatory. She hid him, cleaned his wounds, and brought him water. He slept for nearly 2 days. When he woke up, he spoke her language slowly, like someone remembering an old dream. "My name is Florian," he said. "Where are you from?" Emma asked. "A place far from your son," he replied. "I am not meant to be here." As the days passed, Florian told her the truth. He was not a traveler. He was not a soldier. He was a prince from a distant world that circled a blue star older than Earth itself. His people did not see light the way humans did. They saw energy, truth, and time itself. Vision was sacred to them. But during a great war beyond the stars, a weapon destroyed Florian's sight. Without vision, he could no longer rule. On his world, a blind ruler was considered dangerous. "They would have replaced me," Florian said quietly. "Or killed me." Emma listened in silence. "I escaped," he continued. "But my ship was damaged. I followed a signal. A kind of light I had never felt before." He turned his face toward her. "You." Emma's breath caught. "Me. You see the sky differently," Florian said. "Your vision is rare." Emma laughed nervously. "I just like stars." Florian shook his head. "No. You understand them." One night, while the wind whispered outside, Florian spoke again. "There is a way for me to see," he said. Emma's heart tightened. "How?" "A human can give their eyes," he said softly. "Not just sight, but perception. If you do, I will see again." Emma stood up suddenly. "That's insane." "It is ancient science," Florian replied. "Your eyes are strong. They can awaken mine." "And what happens to me?" Emma asked. Florian was silent for a long time. Then he said, "You wake up blind." The word hung heavy in the air. Emma looked at the telescope beside her. She looked at the stars she loved more than anything. Blind. That night, she couldn't sleep. She thought of her lonely life, of dreams that never came true, of the way the stars made her feel less empty. And she thought of Florian, alone, hunted, and needed by an entire world. Just before sunrise, Emma made a decision she did not yet fully understand. She returned to Florian and said quietly, "Tell me everything." And Florian knew. Her eyes were already beginning to leave her. Emma did not decide in a single moment. The choice grew inside her slowly, like a star forming from dust. She spent days watching Florian move carefully through the observatory, counting steps, touching walls, listening to sounds with painful focus. A prince who once ruled worlds now struggled to pour a glass of water. Yet he never complained. At night, they talked. About Earth. About Emma's childhood, her fear of being ordinary, her feeling that she was only borrowing space in the world. Florian listened as if every word mattered. "On my world," he told her one night. "Vision is truth. A ruler must see beyond lies, beyond time. Without sight, I am nothing." Emma looked at his face, calm and noble even in darkness. "You are still something," she said. "You're still you." Florian smiled faintly. "You see more than you realize." One evening, Emma stood alone beneath the open roof of the observatory. The stars felt heavier than usual, like they were waiting. "I will do it," she whispered. The next morning, she said it out loud. "I will give you my eyes." Florian froze. "No." Emma was surprised. She had expected relief, gratitude. Instead, fear filled his face. "I told you the cost," he said. "You will never see again." Emma nodded. "I know. Then why would you agree?" His voice shook. "You owe me nothing." Emma took a slow breath. "Because I see how much you matter. And because maybe my sight was never only mine." Florian turned away. "I cannot accept this." "You already did," Emma said gently. "The moment you trusted me with the truth." The process could not happen in the observatory. Florian's ship, still damaged but functional, was the only place where the ancient transfer could be performed. Beneath the desert sand, the ship opened like a living thing, glowing softly as if it recognized her. Inside, the chamber pulsed with light and sound. Symbols floated in the air like memories made visible. Emma lay down. Florian stood beside her, his hands trembling. "Once we begin," he said, "there is no return." Emma reached out and found his hand. "Then don't let it be for nothing." The chamber responded. Light poured into Emma's eyes. At first, it was warm. Then it burned. Pain rushed through her head as if her mind was being opened too wide. She screamed, but did not pull away. Images flooded her. Exploding stars bending time, worlds being born and destroyed. She felt herself falling through endless space. Then nothing. Silence. Darkness. When Emma woke up, the universe was gone. She could not see the ceiling. She could not see her own hands. Panic rose, sharp and fast. "Emma." Florian's voice cracked. "Talk to me." She turned her head toward the sound. "I'm here." He was breathing fast. "Can you see anything?" She swallowed. "No." A long pause. Then Florian spoke, barely louder than a whisper. "I can." Emma smiled, even as tears slid down her face. "Describe it." Florian turned slowly, his eyes glowing with a deep cosmic light. "I see layers of reality. I see energy moving like rivers. I see you more clearly than anyone has ever seen anyone." He knelt beside her, overwhelmed. Through his new sight, he saw Emma's past, her kindness, her loneliness, the silent strength that had guided her decision. "I don't deserve this," he said. Emma reached out blindly. He took her hand. "Just promise me something." "Anything. Use it to protect, not to rule." "I swear it," Florian said. "By the stars." As days passed, Emma realized something strange. Though her eyes were useless, her darkness was not empty. She began to feel space. She sensed movement far beyond Earth. When a storm formed days before satellites could detect it, she knew. When the stars shifted slightly, she felt it like pressure in her chest. You didn't tell me everything, she said one night. Florian sat beside her. Your sight didn't disappear. It transformed. You now see through stars, not eyes. Emma laughed softly. So I'm broken and upgraded at the same time. Florian smiled. You are becoming something new. Soon, the sky above the desert opened again. Ships descended silently. Florian's people had found him. Tall, luminous beings stepped onto the sand and bowed when they sensed his restored vision. Our prince has returned, they said. Your throne awaits. Florian felt pride, but also pain. He walked back to Emma. I must go. Emma nodded. She had known this moment would come. Take me with you, she said quietly. Florian's face fell. Your body cannot survive the journey. Your gift tied you to this world. Emma smiled. Then rule well. Florian took her face in his hands. I will return. As his ship rose into the sky, Emma felt it, not with eyes but with her new sight. Across the universe something shifted. Something dark. Something ancient. And for the first time, Emma felt fear. Not for herself but for the stars. She whispered into the night. Florian, hurry. The universe was moving toward them. Years passed, but time did not move normally for Emma anymore. Without eyes, her world should have grown smaller. Instead, it expanded. She learned to walk by feeling the shape of space around her. Walls felt solid in her mind. People felt like soft lights moving through air. She did not see faces, but she sensed intentions. Lies felt sharp. Truth felt warm. Scientists came from many places. At first, they thought Emma was guessing. Then they realized she was warning them about things no instrument could yet detect. Solar storms, strange gravitational shifts, silent movements in deep space. She never asked for fame. She only said, the stars are restless. People called her many names. Prophet, miracle, weapon. Emma ignored them all. At night, when the world was quiet, she listened to the sky. Far beyond Earth, Florian ruled. With his restored cosmic vision, he saw not just his people but the fragile balance of entire systems. He ended wars before they began. He removed cruel leaders without bloodshed. His people called him the Seeing King. But when he looked into the stars, one light always pulled his attention. Emma. Through the bond created by her sacrifice, he could still feel her presence. Not clearly. Not always. But enough to know she was alive. Enough to know she was changing. One night, Emma collapsed. The darkness inside her mind cracked open, flooding her with unbearable awareness. She saw a vast shadow moving between galaxies, consuming light itself. It was not a creature. It was a force, older than stars, older than time. Earth was in its path. Emma screamed. At the same moment, Florian staggered on his throne. His vision filled with the same darkness. He did not hesitate. Against the council's orders, against every law of his world, Florian prepared his ship. If I do not go, he said, there will be no world left to rule. He crossed the stars faster than ever before. When Florian reached Earth, Emma was weak, her body shaking. He knelt beside her, taking her hands. You came, she whispered. I always would, he said. Emma smiled faintly. It's coming. I can feel it everywhere. Together they planned. Emma guided Florian through paths only she could sense. She did not see the enemy's shape, but she felt its hunger, its direction, its weakness. The battle was silent. No explosions. No fire. Florian used his vision to bend energy. Emma used her expanded perception to guide him through moments where time itself fractured. But the cost grew heavier. Emma's body was never meant to hold so much. Florian, she said softly, I'm fading. He held her close. No. Stay with me. I am staying, she replied. Just differently. The darkness screamed as it was torn apart, scattered back into nothing. The universe grew quiet again. Emma exhaled one last time. Her body dissolved into light. Florian felt her everywhere at once. In the stars. In the space between them. In time itself. She was not gone. She had become vision. Now when Florian looks at the sky, one star shines brighter than all others. It moves when he speaks. It warms him when he doubts. And sometimes, when the universe is very still, It whispers his name, Emma.